Time moves quietly, without sound, without warning. While people sleep, scroll on their phones, or tell themselves, "I'll do it tomorrow," time keeps walking forward. It never slows down. It never looks back. Ethan did not understand this. Not yet. He was young, comfortable, and surrounded by unfinished dreams that felt harmless. He believed life was long. He believed there was always more time. Ethan was not stupid or incapable. In fact, people often said he was talented. But talent, when mixed with laziness, becomes a dangerous excuse. He woke up late every morning, telling himself he deserved rest. He delayed small tasks, thinking they were unimportant. Days passed in short pleasures, videos, games, meaningless talks, while important things waited quietly in the corner of his life. He always said, "I'll start tomorrow," not knowing tomorrow was getting tired of waiting. His room reflected his mind. Messy, unfinished, half-planned. Books were untouched. Applications were incomplete. Dreams were spoken about but never acted on. Ethan felt no urgency. There was food on the table, a roof over his head, and someone else carrying the weight of responsibility. As long as life felt easy, he saw no reason to change. That someone else was his father. Every morning before the sun rose, his father left the house. His movements were slow but steady. His face showed lines that hard work had carved over many years. He did not complain. He did not shout. He believed actions were stronger than words. Sometimes, while tying his shoes, he would look at Ethan sleeping and sigh softly, not in anger, but in worry. On rare moments, his father spoke about time. He said it calmly, without drama. He said life rewards effort and punishes delay. Ethan listened with half-open eyes and nodded without hearing. Advice felt boring when comfort was warm. Warnings sounded unnecessary when consequences had not yet arrived. Outside, the world was moving. Friends Ethan grew up with were changing. Some found jobs. Some struggled but kept going. Some failed but learned. They talked about pressure, responsibility, and growth. Ethan smiled and joked, pretending he was different, pretending he was free. But deep inside, a quiet fear began to form. Everyone seemed to be moving forward, while he was standing still. At first, the consequences were small. A missed opportunity here. A failed exam there. A chance lost because he was not ready. Ethan blamed luck. He blamed timing. He blamed everything except himself. He believed mistakes could always be fixed later. He believed time would forgive him. One evening, he returned home and saw his father sitting silently, rubbing his tired hands. His shoulders looked heavier than before. His breathing was slower. For the first time, Ethan noticed how old his father had become. The house felt quieter. The comfort he once enjoyed suddenly felt borrowed, not earned. That night, Ethan lay awake. His phone was silent. His thoughts were loud. He realized something uncomfortable. His life had been easy not because he was strong, but because someone else was sacrificing for him. Time had not stopped. It had only been paid for by another person's effort. Still, he did nothing the next day. Change felt hard. Comfort felt easy. And time, patient but cruel, continued to move forward, waiting for the moment when Ethan would finally understand that it never waits for anyone. The moment that finally broke Ethan did not arrive loudly. It came quietly, the way regret often does. One morning, his father did not wake up early. The house felt strange, as if time itself had paused for a second. Ethan stood in the hallway, listening, waiting for familiar sounds that never came. When he entered his father's room and saw him lying still, weak, and tired, something inside him collapsed. For the first time, fear replaced comfort. Sitting beside the bed, Ethan noticed every detail he had ignored for years. The tired eyes. The shaking hands. The face that had aged while he wasted time. His father spoke softly, not with anger, but with honesty. He said he was tired. Not just in his body, but in his soul. He said he wished he had taught Ethan better, earlier. Those words hurt more than shouting ever could. Ethan felt shame burn in his chest. That day, Ethan walked outside alone. The streets were busy. People moved with purpose. Cars rushed past. Life continued without waiting for his pain. He realized something painful and clear. Time did not care about excuses. It did not care about regret. It only moved forward, carrying consequences with it. All the days he wasted were gone forever. No apology could bring them back. That night, Ethan spoke to himself honestly for the first time. He stopped blaming luck. He stopped blaming fear. He stopped blaming the world. He admitted the truth. He had chosen comfort over growth. He had chosen sleep over effort. He had chosen later over now. The realization was heavy, but it was also freeing. Responsibility gave him something he never had before: control. Change did not come suddenly or beautifully. The next morning, waking up early felt painful. His body resisted. His mind begged for comfort. But he remembered his father's tired face. He forced himself out of bed. Small actions followed. Cleaning his room. Opening books. Applying again. Failing again. But this time, he did not stop. Progress was slow, but it was real. Days turned into weeks. Discipline replaced motivation. Ethan learned that waiting to feel ready was another form of laziness. He learned that action creates confidence, not the other way around. Every hour he used wisely felt like a quiet victory. Every task completed was a message to his future self: you will not regret this. His father noticed the change, not through words, but through silence. The house felt lighter. Ethan helped more. He listened more. He wasted less. There were still failures, still doubts, but they no longer controlled him. Time was no longer something he ignored. It became something he respected. One evening, Ethan stood alone, watching the sun set. He understood a truth that changed everything. Time does not punish people suddenly. It warns them softly, again and again. Those who listen early grow peacefully. Those who ignore it learn through pain. He could not change the past, but the future was still unwritten. Ethan was not rich. He was not famous. But he was awake. He had learned that time is life itself. Once wasted, it becomes regret. Once respected, it becomes power. And from that day forward, he chose action over delay, knowing that time waits for no one, but it rewards those who move with it.